Hi, I'm Moody. I'm feeling moody. It's time for moon message. Today's moon is the waxing gibbous moon under the astrological sign of Libra. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node, Aries. Holy Spirit, angel guides, spirit guides. What is the June strawberry moon month message for Aries? Hi Aries, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I have been out of commission for the past 2 weeks. I have a summer cold, which is the worst. So if I have to take a break, please bear with me. I hope you can hear me and understand me okay. So June is called the strawberry moon month because it coincides with the harvest season of strawberries, which is in June. But you know, strawberries symbolize abundance, growth, represents the start of summer. It's also a time for reflection, manifestation, and connecting with nature's energies. A lot of spiritual tradition say that strawberries symbolize love, passion, and healing, as well as abundance. They're also associated with a feminine energy. Okay, so from a love and passion standpoint, they are heart-shaped. They're the color red. And actually, strawberries in the past were linked to giving a bundle as a gift, right? Back in the old days, they didn't have a lot of candy and other things, right? Flowers they did have because they come from nature, and just as strawberries do. But they were a gift, so you could actually get a bushel of strawberries and you would know that you were loved. The recipient would know that they were loved. Also, healing and abundance, right? They're abundant just because of the way that they grow in more than one at a time, creating some type of abundance. They're also a source of vitamin C, potassium, fiber. They're an antioxidant. They help support your heart, your indigestion, your blood, your skin, your brain, your weight, your immune system overall. So that's some of the healing properties associated with strawberries. Feminine energy, meaning it represents the heart, connection, renewal, birth. Some of you may be actually giving birth or birthing a new idea, a new career, starting something new. So, perfect righteousness is one of the things that they symbolize, and also the importance of timing. You know, in the olden days, they used to use the moon to tell time, when to plant seeds, when to harvest them, when to hunt, when we were preparing to go into season, a new season. The moon would be a symbol of timing of all of these events and many more. Other things going on in June. Did you know that the month of June has other names too? It's called the Rose Month because roses bloom in June. It's also called the Hot Month because the temperatures start to rise. And with global warming, we are going to see a lot more issues with the water and the oceans and hurricanes and all of that stuff. Global warming is going to impact us this June, July in an intensified way. But June's bounty is a sign of a changing season. And the summer solstice in June, which is around the 20th to 21st, depending on where you are in the world, is the longest day and the shortest night. And it holds deep spiritual meaning. It symbolizes new beginnings, abundance. It's the peak of the sun's energy. So we know how important sun is in tarot. Well, the sun is very important in our lives because when it's at its peak, there's more daylight. So there's more time to be out in nature. Also, the sun gives us an inner reflection, right? It allows us to reflect on what's going on in our personal journeys. A lot of times when we reflect on our personal journeys, we realize that June is a time of new beginnings. As seasons change, we generally change. And as this season is changing, the moon is going through a lot of changes, right? It's going through squares with a lot of planets, triangles. All of this is causing that tide to shift. And so you're going to feel that, Aries. You heightened feelings, right? Right. So something is growing. Something new is occurring this June for you. It impacts your abundance and your prosperity. And we know that abundance and prosperity isn't only monetary. It's also our health, our wealth, our overall being. The light, more sunlight, gives us a sense of empowerment. We're able to see things more clearly, right? And that also increases our potential for manifesting. As you want something new, you feel like you're ready for something new. And I believe that comes in for you. We'll see as we look at the cards what is coming in. Also, our connection to nature is heightened because you're able to see the impact, the beauty of it, the rebirth of it. So the natural world and its cycles also foster a deeper connection to the earth, right? We spend more time in water, at the beach, around water, around nature, the trees, the plants. Some of us get into gardening. So you're actually in the dirt. I don't know who that's for, but somebody is in the dirt gardening. Transformation of growth, right? Solstice can be a positive time, a powerful time for releasing the old and ushering in the new. Old patterns, releasing them brings in new possibilities, right? Mirroring the Earth's transition to a new season is about releasing the past season and preparing for something new. A lot of celebratory energy and joy due to us being able to spend more time outside. And it's not just us, as we're outside, the community around us, we begin to communicate with them and celebrate life, enjoying the warm weather, revel in the joy of the season. It just puts us outside. It lifts our mood. The sun also provides vitamin D, which helps us with our mood, our vibration, keeping it high. Spirit also, Aries, wants you to pay attention to your sacral chakra. Not sacral, sorry, your solar chakra, which is your self-esteem, your worth, and your value. Right. Very important at this time because that's associated with your personal power and your self-confidence. You're invited to spend a lot more time outside. And while you're outside, you'll find that you're manifesting more. really thinking about what you want and what positive changes you want to make and how you're going to take the steps to actually bring these changes in. Spirit also wants you to practice a sense of gratitude. And we know that anything we're grateful for, we tend to get more of. Your creative pursuits. This is the time. This new season sheds more light. The sun, we know in tarot, is the best card in the deck. And so you are exposed to so much more creative energy. It's positive for starting new projects, new jobs, new relationships, and for just expressing yourself. Also from an art standpoint, some of you are artists. You draw. Some of you can draw. Some of you are musically inclined. So many creative gifts you have. After all, you are the emperor in tarot, right? So I do see a lot of connection with community. Some of you could be interfacing with the community differently this summer. Maybe you're more involved in community related efforts. I see you spearheading. You're the leader. You're the boss. So you're probably the one who is taking the biggest interest, devoting the most time into something. Even if your career is changing, right? You're the boss, so you have to do a little bit more. And I do see that happening. Then, the summer solstice, it's the highest point of the sun. So the sun is like a major energy, force of energy. That's what I'm feeling, a major force of energy in your life in June. Okay? So let's talk about astrology for a second. The sun enters Cancer on the 20th, making the summer solstice place an emphasis on home, family, and nurturing. So you may need to balance your time so that you can give more to home, or equal amounts to home and work, because I feel like something's happening in your career, and we'll get into that with the cards. But remember, balance is very important for you. So a lot of Cancer energy in June. And actually, Jupiter enters June. I don't know if you have Jupiter in your chart, like your moon, your rising, your Venus. I always tell you know those, because your sun, your moon, and your rising, I feel, are very important. But so is Venus, because we always have relationships, right? And money. Venus also controls money and wealth. But you need to know your signs, and I have a link in my description for you to get your chart. Okay, and then of course you should listen to the readings for all of those. Your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. All right, let's get into you specifically. So Mars is in Leo, and that's a good time for careers, for pursuing careers, for getting new jobs, for being in the spotlight. I see you're in the spotlight. Something's going on in your career. I felt that before, but I'm seeing that there's some type of new venture. Maybe you got promoted, or you applied for a new job and you got it. Something like that is what's going on with you in June. Also, mid-June, Mars goes into Virgo. So I see you being very analytical. You have a lot of to-do lists because you have assumed some new responsibility. Yeah, there's some type of responsibility that you are the leader. You're the leader. So with Virgo, like I said, a lot of analysis, paying attention, very focused, strategizing. You're a thinker, but remember, don't overthink. Spirit also wants you not to overexert yourself in one area. Remember, you need balance. Some of you have relationships, spouses, people that you care about, kids, children, pets. And so you still have that responsibility, but yet I feel like you're assuming more responsibility just because you're the emperor. And they see that now under this sun. Everybody sees you're the right choice for this. Spirit wants you to set some boundaries. Boundaries for yourself too, to keep yourself healthy and in balance. But also with people, right? It's always a time for assessing who has served their purpose and who is to be trusted, to be valued, who is there to support you. Because Spirit always sends help. He always sends help. You know, when we ask for help, we get it. And that's why it's important to always communicate to Holy Spirit, your angel guide, your spirit guides, your intuition. When you need help, let it be known. Okay? Because that's going to keep you balanced. You don't got to carry all of this yourself. You're also being advised with this Leo influence in June to remain humble. You know, Leo is about the Strength card, confidence, courage, and the sun, right? Things being enlightened to you. But also in that Leo energy, they can be over aggressive, assertive. And you're the emperor, the empress. Sometimes you are aggressive and assertive, and you need that to be successful. But again, I hear Spirit talking about the balance of that, right? Because you don't want the assertiveness to turn to aggression where you're more argumentative, right? You want to avoid arguments altogether. Being the emperor, you can ask for discernment on what should get your attention and what you should avoid. Again, this is a time of recognizing what no longer serves you. In this light with the sun, you're able to see much more than you saw before. And I believe that you are ready for this. You open up with the card, you're way too serious. And that's kind of what I was talking about. Mars is a very serious sign. You take your job, you take everything seriously. But Spirit says, lighten up. You're way too serious in June. There's that balance. Last quarter energy in Leo again. Keeping that Leo energy in check, right? Surrendering to what no longer is in your control. We know that the only person that we can really control is ourselves, right? And so Spirit is saying this is a time for you to be in control, because you may have people that try and take you out of your Emperor, Empress energy. Arguments, aggressiveness, assertiveness, right? Balancing all that energy. Avoiding argumentative people and arguments, right? So I do see that could involve a Taurus. It may not, but you have Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. You even appear in your reading. The Emperor appears, the Moon, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, Aquarius, Leo, Aries, Sag, and Pisces heavy in June. Let's open up with the tarot cards. Now, Judgment is reversed. I feel that somebody could have misjudged you, or maybe you misjudged somebody or a situation. Could have to do with your mother, grandmother, a female with the moon. I feel like you misjudged. If it was you, in fact, you didn't have all the information. Something was obscured, so you couldn't see the truth or what is going on. So it's either you misjudged somebody or a situation, or they misjudged you. Okay? But that didn't hold you back. That doesn't hold the Emperor back, because he doesn't look externally for validation. He relies on his intuition, right? Currently, you're dealing with Pentacles, a job, a career. They've increased, right? You're the 9 of Pentacles. The star is at the center of your reading. That's that Aquarius energy. And Aquarius can be rebellious a little, right? Not going along with the program. I think even when you step into your new role, you're not looking to do things the way it's always been done. You're looking for a change. And that's Aquarius, Uranus, and Jupiter forcing this expansion, right? Something different, right? Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. You're very resourceful at this time. Like maybe you can get grants. You know how to your way around the business world. The Queen or King of Pentacles. Very smart, very resourceful. Knows how to get resources to accomplish their goals and objectives. You are the 9 of Pentacles currently, but future energy sees you as receiving the 10 of Pentacles. So you get to where you want to go. You get everything that you've been working towards. The King of Wands continues to encourage you to go forward with this energy. And then, of course, as the Emperor, your intuition is your guide. You use that. You talk to your angel guide, your spirit guide. Excuse me. Did I tell you at the beginning? I'm suffering with a summer cold. I was hoping I could get through this reading without all of this coughing. But it's a good month for you. Very enlightening, very prosperous. I see money, a lot of money. You got increase, and your performance is going to keep you on a schedule of increases. Abundance. Spirit, why is Judgment here? Reverse. Somebody had a lot of choices, making things a little chaotic, hard to discern. Oh my God, I hope I can finish this. Hard to discern what is in these cups. So you have 2 7s. Something is completing. Maybe something that you envisioned in the past is coming to fruition right now. You are on the receiving end. You're a recipient. And you're starting something new. For all of these options, you got a lot of options coming in June. And they're new. And that means that you're going to have to give them time. Anything that's new takes time to develop, right? You're also being told with people, you may be establishing new teams. And the patience is important because it takes time for them to get to know you and for you to get to know them, right? So even though this is reverse, there may be some issues with that. Again, you're going to avoid arguments because you're the boss, you're the leader. And so it's going to go your way either way. But you're going to be assessing and asking for discernment. Especially you don't know everybody on your team, so it's the process of getting to know them. That's why Spirit says take some time, be patient, okay? And again, that Leo energy, just keep it even toned, okay? It's hard to do that though when there's a tower. I don't know what this represents for you, but the tower is unexpected. It's totally, you didn't see it coming. Something happens that was totally unexpected, but it's good. It's good because this is a major arcana, and everything that God does is to serve a higher purpose, yours included. This is Scorpio energy. You have Judgment reverse, which is also Scorpio energy. Pluto is in retrograde right now, right? So you may be trying to do something and you can't really. It takes time when you're starting something new for everything to begin to work together fluently, right? I don't know what this tower is. What is this tower? The King of Swords. This tower represents the King of Swords. So maybe you find out some information, something is communicated to you so that you're able to see more of the picture. With the moon here, the Queen of Pentacles learns more, is exposed to more, gets more, so that they can complete their mission. I feel like you are on a mission. The King of Swords also deals with legal. There could be some legal court cases or something regarding a legal outcome. Definitely the King of Swords researches. I see you doing a lot of that, especially if you have a new job, you have a new team, right? You're performing a new mission, right? Researching that, becoming knowledgeable, feeling comfortable. Yeah, you're on top of your game here. You are very much on top of your game. Also, with these new members, you're assessing who is really on your team and who you need to pay attention to. Sometimes we need to set different types of boundaries for different types of people. So you'll be going through that assessment, especially with this new responsibility you have, whether it's concerning family or career. There's that Virgo energy. Don't overthink, overexert, right? If you're in tune with your intuition, you're going to get the answer, and that's what you should go with. Be careful of trapping yourself by analyzing things too much, okay? Also, you have Sagittarius energy here, Aries, which is Wand's energy, right? So Sagittarius shows up because everybody is going to feel like this is a new season and I've got to make changes, real changes here. All right, Spirit. Remain in control. Another card of patience. Be patient. Everything's going to work out. Regarding love specifically, what's going on with Aries in June? Well, there's a past life relationship. So you could be with this past life energy already, or it could be coming in during some time in June. But this is somebody that you've known them before spiritually. This is somebody that I think every time that you two get together, every lifetime, they look for you, you look for them, and there is a union. Soulmate card. That is what I was feeling. This is a soulmate we're talking about. This is someone you're supposed to be with. Okay? I don't know if they're new or you're already with them. And if you're already with them, I could see the dynamics of the relationship increasing for the better. Yeah, you two are definitely supposed to be together. Okay? Tell me anything else that Aries needs to know in the month of June? Okay. Wealth. Didn't I say a lot of pentacles are here? You're working towards real wealth. Yeah. You have the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Wealth and prosperity is coming into your life. Keep investing in yourself and look into long-term career planning. Okay. I feel that's where you are. Career is hot. And whatever you're doing, your financial situation is increasing. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, followed by the King of Wands. It's almost like whatever you do turns to gold, right? This important month for you from a wealth standpoint. What else? Again, you're being reminded, don't overthink with the 8 of Wands, right? No, the 8 of Swords, right? Don't get trapped in thinking about something. Paying attention to our intuition is critical. I know I haven't done it lately and I paid a price for it. So I don't want you to pay that same price. Listen to your intuition. If you feel stuck regarding your current situation, know that you do have options. And you can always, in terms of work, let's say you know that it's time to move into a new season, but you keep putting your resume out there and you're not getting the response. Don't worry about it. You're going to keep the job you have now, but I don't see you standing or sitting. You're a futuristic energy in June, thinking about the future, planning for the future. Maybe that's your job too. I don't know. But leave it in the comments. Tell me what's going on with you. I'd love to hear from you. Alrighty, let's summarize this reading with an angel number. Okay. I'm sorry for all the coughing in my throat. Persistence. Taurus. Yeah. Surrender to what is no longer in your control. Waning crescent in Taurus. And also Taurus is your value, your worth, your solar plexus. That's what I was talking about too. Maintain your value, your level of self-esteem. You're the emperor. And you know, this is no time to not shine. With the sun at its peak, this is the time to shine. So be persistent. 1212 may be a number that you see. And it means that things are shifting. It's encouraging you to be enthusiastic, to be grateful. I told you that too. And to be content. You have a lot of new experiences coming in. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose. Oh, this is even bigger than I thought. It's just around the corner. So maybe you guys have found something that aligns with your purpose in life, giving it more emphasis. Spirit says take immediate action once it pops up. And also there's this soulmate, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. What a wonderful ending to June and this reading. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment. I want to hear from you because you got a lot going on. So just tell me what's going on. Share for the collective. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for you. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell until the next moon reading. Namaste.